there, Lady Val here, and I'm back today working on my journal for the Out with a Bang, the Last Days of Summer 2026 collaboration. It's being hosted by Mandy at SunflowersAndDors and Julie at Julie's Papercrafts. And there are creators every day that are doing projects from prompts on their list for the collaboration, which if you're interested you can go to yeah, I think it's available on the Ko-Fi sites or coffee sites for both Julie and Mandy. So today I've been thinking about doing the cover, but I was just not quite sure what I wanted to do. Well, I finally came up with something. So that's what I'm going to be working on today and showing you what I came up with and, seeing what you all think. I did do some pre-prepping here because there was a lot of work that, I didn't want to do on camera. I always try to do the inking and that kind of thing off camera, but I'm starting out with a base. I had some corrugated cardboard that I've had in my stash for a while, and these were they came in squares about 6 by 6, so they had a bright yellow, which was perfect, and they had this amber autumn color. So I thought, well, those are both good colors for this project. Excuse me. So I did go ahead and I inked them. I glued them together and inked them. Now, what I have in mind is I'm going to go ahead and glue this down because this is the base I want to work with. And then as I bring each piece out, what I've thought in my mind and kind of previewed before I came on with you, and I'll show you what I came up with. And I'm going to just use my Beacon 3-in-1 glue, my go-to glue, to glue this down. And I tore around it instead of cutting around it, just to give it a more rustic look. That is the look that I was going for, and I did ink around it with my ground espresso distress oxide ink. So let's get a lot of glue on here because it is going to be glued down to the packing paper from the Walmart packages. I did see somebody actually bring some out on a video I was watching from an Amazon package, and I've never seen them in my Amazon packages. It was kind of the inside padding on a padded envelope, but I thought, next time I get one of those, I'm gonna pull it apart and look, because the ones that I've had kind of have a foam felty stuff inside. I've never seen one with this packing, but I have plenty of this. I've gotten things from Walmart, so that's where this has come from. Okay, now this goes over as far over in the corner without going over on this side. It will stick over just a little bit onto the packing paper on this side, but that's just fine. I'm going to stick that down to all the areas that I can. Some escaping glue from my fingers. Of course, I transfer glue all the time from my fingers. Okay, that is the first layer. And then I wanted some fabric. So I've been using this fabric inside the, I had another little piece. Oh, there, oh. Don't tell me I've lost it, honestly. I have the fan on, so things have been blowing off my desk all over the place. Well, I do have some more of it, so I'll just tear another little piece. Here, I thought I was all prepared so I wouldn't have to keep you all waiting. Okay. Oh, actually, honestly, it is. It's stuck to the other piece. I swear. Okay, just move that out of the way. Okay, this piece, I want to still see the cardboard, but I want this piece to show as much as possible. And this little piece that I had is going to go up here to kind of, you know, show in this piece, because some of this won't even be visible. So that's what we're going to do next. Almost grabbed the wrong glue. It's my glitter glue over there. I've moved I have two places to craft. I used to craft out in the den. I have a setup, you know, an IKEA desk and some shelving in there, and that was my main place to craft. But when I started filming for YouTube, I couldn't really do it out there because my husband and his work hobby partner would be coming in, you know, to get a drink of water, to have lunch, you know, have a coffee break, whatever, because I shared that space with our den and our kitchen. It's all one big room. So all the things that I use regularly were, of course, stored out there. So I had to rearrange everything when I started filming to come back into my actual craft room, which previously was being used as more of a storage area for my craft supplies. So I had to do a switcheroo, and a really good friend of mine who is my biggest fan, shout out to Jim Judd. He's not even a crafter, but he just he's so sweet. He loves my videos and he watches them. And he, you know, he's, like I said, not a crafter, but he does watch them when they come out. So, bless his heart. And his wife, you know, gives me nice compliments on my things that I post online, you know, on my socials. So, yeah, they're a sweet couple. We get together with them and another couple as often as we can, you know, to go out to eat and whatever. You know, they're just really lovely people. So, so this is the next layer. And then the next layer is, I use this on the inside for in my last video I did that, what is it, Buzz coffee, some kind of Buzz coffee, I forget. We bought coffee there. It's a brand new coffee shop that opened up, so I brought some things home, some treasures. You know, they had their napkins and their cups and all of that, you know, just all kinds of goodies. So I brought that home from there. Yeah, this is gonna go on here like this. And then I have another piece of the packing paper that I'm gonna put underneath before I glue that down. I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna put the glue on the cardboard for this, instead of trying to glue all those little bitty funny looking openings there. It'd just be too hard. So, well, it actually cooled down here in the desert today. We've been having some extremely warm weather, but it is a little better today. We actually haven't even turned the air conditioning on yet. Have the doors open, and it's like, ooh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for the break. And I'm going to put a piece of this. Now this is a little bit harder to glue, but you just kind of have to glue in the between the big spots, between the holes, you know. And it doesn't take much to hold it. And I have a Kleenex here that I want to dab some of the excess glue off. Push it down a little bit. Can't remember how this goes. I had it several ways. I think this is the way. Yeah. So I am just going to do some lines of glue and hope it catches. Let's see if that worked. I don't have to put a lot on it because I'm going to be putting the main piece over top. And this, we are just going to put a little bit of glue on here, just some dots of glue. That's just to give it a little bit of sparkle. And here's our main piece. Now this was actually pardon me, one of Mandy's freebies that I cut around. And I took my favorite glaze, distress glaze, Tattered Rose. I've used this, as you can see. It's almost gone, half gone. I have a lot of other glazes. I've used some here and there, but mostly I always revert back to the Tattered Rose. So this little bee girl, I think she's a little girl. She has flowers in her hair. This little bee girl is going to go on here like this. And then I have a little honey spoon or whatever you call them, and I put some ribbon around it, and I had this little bee pin that I put on it, and I'm going to attach it up here, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But this goes on next right here. So this I wanted to place it so you could see the fabric, you could see the, you know, the black for the beehive. And, you know, just a little bit extra on the outside. I'm going to put this little piece down here because it needs to be there. There we go. Just to add a little bit. Okay, we're going to get this glued up. Yeah, I was waiting to see. I had put it out there on my last couple of videos if anybody had any suggestions for a, you know, cover, to comment and let me know. But no one did. One person said they couldn't think of anything, and I thought, well, that's honest anyway, because I couldn't think of anything either for a while. And this actually just came to me today when I was thinking about what am I gonna do? And I thought, okay. It kind of formulated as I went, as I was thinking about it, so. Okay. Yeah, so the tea rose glaze, it's not embossing powder, it's embossing glaze, so it is translucent. You can see through it, but it adds just a hint of color. And the paper was, the printout was just a bit dull looking for the cover, so I thought, well, this would be the perfect time to heat emboss the glaze on this. And that's what I did. Okay, let me do a little hand smashing here, a little burnishing everything down to make sure it sticks. The Beacon's 3-in-1 dries sticks, you know, pretty quickly, so that's good. Okay, well, there's what we have so far. And then I was going to put this up here. I think there'll still be room for this if I do that, yeah. So I took the Bead Brave from Mandy's freebie this week and just backed it with some, you know, cheesecloth that I had dyed and some of the fabric, the same fabric that I used back here, just to make it cohesive. And now I'm going to glue that on. Okay. I don't want to cover the bee on there either. So, because there's a really pretty bee on there. Let's give this a little squish from the back. Okay, now that just leaves room for this on this side. And the way I'm going to do this, the way I have it in my head I'm going to do this, we'll see how it turns out, is I am going to, got my pokey tool out, I am going to poke 2 holes through the cover. I would like them side by side, as close as possible without doing any measuring. I'm not a big measuring person. And I'm trying to make them as large as I can because I'm gonna put some twine through them. I'm going to attempt to put some twine. I've been using this twine throughout the book, so I'm gonna go with that. And I'm gonna get way more than I need just to be sure I don't short myself. I'm gonna make sure both ends are cut. Okay, that away. Now I did get out my little tweezers to help pull this through if I can. See, it's real hard to see on this side because of that packing paper. There's one, and there's the other one. So let's see if I can poke this through In fact, I'm going to grab onto it. Well, I could see the I could see my tweezers, but not the twine, so let me do it this way. See, my tweezers are going through, but it's not pulling the... Oh, there we go. I think I did. I think I got it. Look at that. Woo-hoo. And... there is the hole in. Come on. This is probably the part I should have done off camera, so... Okay, I think we've got it. No, I missed it. Try again. When in doubt, try again. There we go. All right, there's one. And we shall poke it through the other one and see how we do. Almost. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but this is the way it worked for me, so. Okay, now we gotta find the hole for this one. I don't really think it matters. There it is. Well, there we go. Good old clamping tweezers. All right, we got it through both holes. All right. Even it out here. Whoop. Now I'm going to tie this around the stem of our little... Oh, actually what I'm going to do first is get a knot going. Then put it in and then tighten. Okay, and I'm going to tie it in a knot, and pull it tight, and then I'm going to tie it in a bow. get it evened out and pull it tight. Then I'm going to turn our little honey dipper around, fluff it a bit, put our little bee, and there we go. There is the cover. I was thinking I might add, cut off the back of these stems off the back. I was thinking because this might be a little, yeah, that's exactly what I want. I need to first put a little ink on these petals. Okay, a little glue on the back. All right, let me hold that for just a second. There we go. I think that gives it a nice final touch. So let me know what you think of my cover creation. I think I kind of like it. Turned out all right. So if you have any comments, like it, dislike it, improvements, whatever you want to say, leave a comment for me. I try to answer all of them, or at least like them, or because everybody generally has really nice things to say, and I always appreciate that. And I know I'm a young channel, but I'm almost at 100 subscribers. I know that's a drop in the bucket compared to all those other lovely people out there that have thousands, but for me it's kind of a big deal. I haven't done this for very long, and I'm enjoying it more and more. I just got to get my voice under control with my inhalers, but that's another story. So enjoy your day, keep crafting, and do all those fun things like subscribe, comment, share, hype, all those things, as we all say. So it always helps the channels grow. So thanks very much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.